This broadcast is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan for thepeople.com.
On Your Side Tonight with Jamie Bowl starts now.
Good evening, and thanks for staying with us here at 7:30. We're going to start this half hour with a conversation. It's an important one. It's about our schools, our kids, and your tax dollars. Early voting is underway in Mecklenburg County, and on the ballot is a question, yes or no. Should the county borrow $2.5 billion to build new schools and renovate some existing ones? It would fund 30 projects in all across the county. Now, this is going to be the fourth time a school bond question has been on the ballot since 2007. $516 million was approved that year. Another $295 million was approved in 2013. $922 million was okayed in 2017. All three passed easily, right around 70% of voters said yes. But those were much smaller asks. All totaled, it was about $1.7 billion. This one alone is a record breaker, $2.5 billion. And there's been resistance to this request, something we really haven't seen since 2005, which was the last time Mecklenburg County voters rejected a school bond. A lot of the skepticism this time centers around property tax increases to pay for the bond. The first, expected in 2025, would add 1 cent per $100 of valuation. So that's an extra $120 on a $400,000 home. So with all of that as the setup, let's talk more about it here tonight. We have in studio several guests with us. Joining us in favor of the bond request, former school board chair Mary McCray. Also alongside her, Curtis Carroll. He is a former CMS area superintendent, former Harding University high school principal. We also have two guests who are planning to vote no right now. Pastor Ricky Woods of First Baptist Church West and Reverend Jordan Boyd of Rockwell AME Zion, both part of the African American Clergy Association. Thank you all for being here tonight to be part of this important conversation for the community. I'm going to do my best to just ask questions I think a lot of people at home are wondering right now. But to start, and Mary, let me start with you.
Okay.
Why should people vote yes on this? I'm going to give you just a minute to explain why you think that is.
I think the most important thing about this is the equity that's involved here. It is paramount that every child be given an equal opportunity to learn in the building that they're in. But you have to make sure that they are learning in a safe environment, and they are also in an environment that is free of pollutants, allergens, and any other kind of airborne things that are there. So this is why it's important, in my opinion.
Pastor Woods, I want you to take a minute. Explain why you're a no right now.
I'm a no because of the impact that we'll have on low-wealth property owners. We're seeing one of the highest tax increases that we've seen in some time in Mecklenburg County. That's on top of property revals. And we're in a housing crisis that everybody acknowledges that Mecklenburg County is becoming more and more unaffordable, and this is bad public policy in the midst of a housing crisis.
Reverend Boyd, let me ask you this. The supporters say this is going to bring, as Mary mentioned, safe and better schools into some of our inner city communities. It's going to help with equity in our community. Don't a lot of parents want that?
Yes, they do, and so do we. We believe and support education, public education. We are in favor of the best schools for our students. We are not in favor of them being paid for in a way that is going to harm and disproportionately affect, in many cases, seniors in our community. And that's what this bond will do if it passes.
Curtis, let me ask you, you've passed previous bonds really without raising taxes and all this. That is the talk this time, that it's going to be passed. So why should the parents who are going to benefit from this bond have to pay for it when others didn't?
Well, I guess I got the best experience with this. I worked for Mecklenburg County for 30 years. As a principal at Harding University High School, as a principal at Vance High School, McClintock Middle School, Learning Community Superintendent, and I had the distinct advantage of being at Philip O'Berry High School, which opened in 2020, a phenomenal facility, and also had the issues and concerns with Harding. And I think that it's all about, as Ms. McCray said, it's all about equity. Students need to be able to go to a school that's comfortable. We have a school right now, sir, East Mecklenburg High School, that has 9 buildings, and it takes 7 minutes in transition. That's 35 minutes lost in transition, 35 minutes dedicated. And when I was the principal at Philip O'Berry, it only took 4 minutes to go from one class to the other. So it's an issue of equity. It's an issue of equity that need to be addressed.
But Mary, this tax issue, people just got, revals. They just got tax bills that are much higher than they had just a couple of years ago. Why should they support another tax increase?
I'm one of those persons too. So, but I think it is all about making sure that every child gets a fair start in Mecklenburg County, because these are going to be our future taxpayers. And if we give them the equal footing that they need, I don't think it's going to be that much. And Jamie, I will speak from my own experience. Just trying to renovate something in your household, it gets to a point where it doesn't do any good. You're going to have to start out with the new. And that's what I had to do with my home heating system. I couldn't fix it after 3 years. Kept getting it repaired every time it was getting ready to be winter. So you're going to have to start with that. And I know it's a hardship on some folks, but I listened to what the county manager said, and there is money available. And we've got to take advantage of that money. And for people who aren't able to complete those forms, do it online, we need to set up stations in our libraries, in our churches, where they can go and get the assistance they need to complete the application so that they can get assistance with paying their taxes.
So Pastor Woods, why is that not enough?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. The county set aside $14 million for the homes program, and the criteria is extremely stringent. And even if you qualify, it only pays 25% of the bill. The average payout is $262. The highest application rate has come from African American seniors. The highest rejection rate has been to those same African American seniors that have been denied assistance.
Reverend Boyd, if we wait, the price tag goes up, doesn't it?
It does. And I think it's important for citizens to know, as the proponents of the bond are not telling about this, is that we're paying on the principal. And the payoff of this is going to be over 20 years. There's a way to do this in a revenue-neutral way. In fact, County Commissioner Arthur Griffin proposed a $1 billion revenue-neutral bond that would ask CMS to come back and prioritize those school districts. I'm glad Principal Curtis is here today, because the school that he principals that was a model school of the nation was not in a new building.
What about that? Why can't we do this in a revenue-neutral way?
Okay. So today I had an opportunity to speak to the principal at Harding University High School, Glenn Starnes, who's doing magnificent work. And he said there's 3 issues that he's concerned about. 1, school safety. And we know what the issues is with these multi-building campuses of safety. The second thing is the environment. That half of the school at Harding right now has been renovated and half of it has not. Harding University High School has 200 seats in the auditorium. The third thing is culture. It's hard for Glenn Starnes to take his students over to Palisade or to Philip O'Berry, and their students see the type of facilities that these students are in comparison to what's at Harding. Yes, of course, at the end of the day, what makes a difference is the teachers and the administration as far as academic achievement. But I can tell you, let me just say one more thing.
Sure.
In 2004, when I was the principal at Harding University High School, we had an electrical issue. The students were taking the geometry ELC. And 30 minutes into the test, the electrical issue, we had a testing irregularity. And the students had to come back to school the next day and take the geometry test over.
Go ahead, Pastor Woods.
I want to thank Dr. Carroll for his work. I know him well. I've spent a lot of time with him in his schools. He is a phenomenal educator and a great leader. I wish we could duplicate him across the system. However, right now, CMS has gone from 42 low-performing schools to 59. And given that the General Assembly just removed the income caps on opportunity scholarships, given that their enrollment was already on decline, chances are that enrollment is going to continue to decline until we can improve academic outcomes. Our group is not against investing in schools. We don't believe it is a brick-and-mortar investment that is critical at this moment. The critical need at this moment is raising academic standards and getting our children to be able to succeed.
You raised a point that one of our viewers did on Facebook as well, and it gets to enrollment, right? We have seen a decline in some cases in enrollment post-COVID or during COVID itself. The school voucher program is going to be expanded. Do we know we need all of this to be invested in right now?
Public education is the last vestige for the underprivileged. And just because you're going to get a voucher, it's not going to pay your full tuition to go into that private setting. And that is misleading to a lot of parents until they see what happens. And then they have to bring their children back to CMS where no money follows them. And that's part of the problem also. So you may lose some kids to private schools utilizing those vouchers. But many families, Jamie, are not going to have the full tuition to cover.
Of course, I want to ask you about the other issue I think that Pastor Woods brought up is, can we draw a line between student achievement and a new building? I think that was another question one of our viewers wanted to know. Is this going to be a guarantee to improve outcome?
We are talking about equity. The issue in our buildings is an equitable issue. West Mecklenburg, East Mecklenburg, North Mecklenburg, South Mecklenburg, schools all across the county have the same issue of safety, the same issues of the environment, the same issues of culture. I think there's two separate situations. Students need to feel safe in the school. Students need to feel as if their building is up to speed. Shamrock Gardens is a school we recently replaced. I was the learning community superintendent at Shamrock Gardens when they did have high academic achievement. And in 2007 and 2008, the school had a tsunami, flooding. Garinger had flooding. And now the children at West Charlotte High School and at Shamrock Garden Elementary are in a facility that's safe and conducive to learning.
Reverend Boyd, are you convinced CMS has done enough to earn this money from the taxpayer right now with the test scores, with the results we're seeing?
Absolutely not. We've been advocating for the last 6 years for student achievement. In fact, there was silence before we started raising the concerns about the disparities in scores between African American students and their white counterparts. We do not believe that a building is a contributor to academic achievement. We don't think parents are going to bring their children back to school because of a new building. If you tell them that the culture of learning exists, if you tell them there's an excellent principal there, that there's a qualified teacher in the classroom, they will bring that child back to the school, but not for a new building.
And that's one of the things that we are looking at, making sure that there is a well-qualified principal leader in that building and making sure that that person has access to some of the best teachers. Now, all four of us sitting here know that it's more than just the school that's responsible for academic achievement. You have to look at where the children are coming from in the mornings. What happens to them before they get on the bus? Have they had enough rest that night? Have they had breakfast or a kind word said to them before they get to school? Many of our children don't get that. So they're starting at a disadvantage from the start. So hopefully pre-K and all of the other reading programs that are out here is going to give CMS some better starts for their students.
Jamie.
Real quick, I got less than a minute left, so I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I want to give Pastor Woods 30
I got to say something.
Go for it.
Jamie, I polled some principals. I went back to work and helped out in April and May. The number one issue our principal had at the end of the school year was not safety. You know what the issue was?
Tell us.
Was the air conditioning unit working for the end of course test? Would the air conditioning unit work? Because the kids are being prepared for the test. But something like that, which happened to me in 2004 with the electrical problem, is something that the principals are really concerned about.
Well, here's what I was saying the voters need to know. That if you vote to approve these bonds, CMS is free to change those bonds to the school board if they decide. Wonderful example of that is West Charlotte High School that was designed as a 125 classroom school. It got cut down by 25 classrooms for value engineering. There's nothing that says that that won't happen with other projects as well.
We're running out of time. I do appreciate you guys coming on. I'll give you 15 seconds if you can do it real fast.
Speaking of West Charlotte High School, the principal at Harding High School would love for his school to be just like West Charlotte's. He would like for his students to be able to come to that school and learn and be a productive student.
Curtis Carroll, Mary McCrae, Pastor Ricky Woods, Reverend Jordan Boyd, I appreciate you coming in and enlightening our viewers on a really important issue facing the community.
Thank you,
Election Day is coming up.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Curious about your thoughts on the CMS bond referendum. You can connect with us on Instagram and Twitter. Use the hashtag OYST tonight. You can also scan the QR code that's going to pop up here on your screen. That takes you to our mobile menu where you can write us an email. A check of the forecast when we come back.